I'm Ben with the BTC Sessions, and this is your Bullish Bit, brought to you by bitrefill.com, your one-stop shop to live on Bitcoin and Lightning. They've got all the best gift cards, things like Amazon, Apple, Best Buy, Airbnb, Uber, and much more. You can even do hotel bookings, you can do all of your travel, and you can now grab prepaid MasterCards as long as you have a US address that you can input. Check them out today, bitrefill.com. Links are down below to sign up now. We always knew, no matter what, with the block size being what it is, and SegWit was a way, so those, I always have to recenter myself because there's a lot of people that don't even know the history of like the block size wars and SegWit and all of that. Basically, hey, if we're going with smaller blocks, the trade-off is everyone that chooses to can verify, or like most people that choose to can verify. There's going to be, obviously, if you can't afford any sort of computation, if you can't have any sort of hardware, that's going to be difficult. But we want as many people as possible to be able to fully verify everything on chain. Okay, fantastic. The trade-off is that eventually on-chain transactions become for large settlement, and it may be settlement on behalf of many individuals. And so we start to see extensions of that. Lightning Network. Lightning is locking up Bitcoin between yourself and another individual. And the transactions that happen on Lightning are basically saying, how do we divvy up this Bitcoin at the end of the day? When we settle to the main chain, who gets what? And that's a Lightning transaction. Amazing technology without compromising the base layer and the ability of anybody to verify on it. But we're going to be continuing to bump up against that. It was an inevitability that with 8 billion people on the world, you can't have everybody doing the number of transactions they're doing nowadays and having them all be on chain. We saw lots of innovation around, people realizing they needed to use features like transaction batching for exchanges. Exchanges are slowly beginning to implement Lightning withdrawals. That's fantastic. That's a great service to offer. It needs to be blanket. And we will see other options. We'll see things like Fedimint, Cashew. We'll see other options. And there's going to be degrees of custody with that. You know, Fedimint, unless you're like a key holder to the multi-sig, it's meant to be community-based, but it segregates the rug pulls, right? It's not like it's not like a 2008 rug pull. But my hope is that people treat it as this is meant to be a small community. And so we'll see. Geez, I put money in something where somebody else had a degree of control and I got rugged, and there's no central bank to bail me out. Perhaps I should be a bit more conscientious of where I put my capital. Perhaps I should consider what services I use and keep it local to the community, or deal with the fees of being on chain, or deal with the fees of having some sort of an LSP provide me liquidity.